The Abiy regime's arbitrary arrest of Orthodox deacon Zelalem Taye and its systematic assault on the Ethiopian Orthodox Church demand immediate international accountability. Security forces of the Abiy Ahmed regime have arbitrarily arrested Deacon Zelalem Taye, a respected deacon and a powerful teacher of the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church. He was taken without charges, without evidence, and without any semblance of due process, simply for serving his faith and his people. This is not an isolated act of repression. It is part of the deliberate, state-sponsored campaign of destruction and persecution targeting the Ethiopian Orthodox Church and its faithful. Across regions, churches have been attacked, clergy harassed and detained, and believers subject to intimidation and violence. What is unfolding is a calculated effort to weaken and dismantle one of Ethiopia's oldest and most sacred institutions. These actions constitute crimes against humanity. They represent a flagrant violation of fundamental human rights, including freedom of religion and belief, protected under the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the International Covenant of Civil and Political Rights, and every standard of civilized conduct. We urgently call on the international community to act. 1. The United Nations, its Human Rights Council, and the Secretary General must immediately condemn this arrest, demand Deacon Zelalem Taye's unconditional release, and launch an independent investigation into the broader pattern of attacks on the Ethiopian Orthodox Church and its members. 2. The United States, European Union, United Kingdom, and other democratic governments must impose targeted sanctions, including Magnitsky-style measures on Ethiopian officials and security personnel responsible for these abuses. Third, the African Union must fulfill its continental mandate by publicly condemning the persecution of religious institutions and pressing the Abiy regime to cease its campaign of repression. Fourth, all international donors, financial institutions, and development partners must review and condition assistance to Ethiopian on variable protections of religious freedom, the rule of law, and the immediate release of arbitrarily detained clergy and faithful. Fifth, global civil society, faith leaders, human rights organizations, and people of conscience everywhere must amplify this call and refuse to remain silent while an ancient Christian community is systematically targeted. Deacon Zelalem Taye's only crime appears to be his unwavering commitment to his faith and his willingness to speak against the killings of Christians. Silencing such voices will not bring peace. It will only deepen Ethiopian sufferings and isolation. The world has witnessed enough atrocities justified by silence and indifference. History will judge those who act and those who look away. We appeal to your conscience, your commitment to human dignity, and your responsibility to prevent further crimes against humanity. Thank you. The Prosperity Party regime forces carried out a series of arbitrary arrests targeting academics, religious figures, and youths. Regime forces arrest Ato Zemene Habte, Dean of the College of Health Science at Gondar University's Tzada campus. Ato Zemene, who serves as a board member of the civic organization Synergy for Social Change, was detained in response to social media posts in which he denounced targeted violence and killings of followers of the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church, attributing the attacks to extremists and accusing the state of complicity. As of June 8, He was being held at the Gondar City 3rd Police Station. Authorities also arrested numerous local youths alongside him. On the same day, regime forces detained Margeta Betramariam Ababau, a prominent religious scholar, author, and educator. Margeta Betramariam, who had paused his master's degree studies at Gondar University to focus on religious teachings, was targeted for alleged social media commentary questioning the lack of protection for religious communities. As of June 8th, he was being held at the first police station in the Buluko neighborhood. Recent arrests include Reverend Dr. Mezgabu Kasa and other teachers. Media reports also confirm the arrests of Deacon Zelalem Taye and Yoni Yismatawa, who are known for sharing church-related information on social media. Nationwide crackdown on Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church teachers by regime forces. They all have been reportedly been arrested after criticizing civilian killings, church destructions, and government actions. Regime officials in Ethiopia are using cover-ups and arresting truth tellers like Assis Dr. Mezgabu to hide the RC Amhara genocide. By persecuting, abducting, and imprisoning our fathers and teachers, you cannot completely cover up or silence the horrific massacre that have been committed against Orthodox Christians in the Oromia region of Ethiopia. Arresting priests who denounce the massacre is a self-incriminating evidence against the government. Arresting priests and religious leaders while criminals who committed this heinous crime walking free is a silencing tactic of the administration who failed miserably to protect its citizens, which was the primary task as a functioning government. Message to the international community. Despite its long-standing commitment to religious freedom and human rights, the United States has remained silent on the recent violence against Ethiopian Orthodox Christians in Oromia, where dozens were killed in attacks over the past week. As Ethiopia's strategic partner and a significant provider of assistance, the United States has both the influence and the responsibility to demand independent investigations, accountability for those responsible, and concrete measures to protect vulnerable religious communities. American values must guide our engagement, not be set aside for geopolitical convenience. The deafening silence of the international human rights organizations, the UN, the African Union, the international media, enablers burying their head in the sand, right groups looking away, will embolden criminals to continue doing what they have been doing all along with impunity. Refusing to be killed because of your identity, faith, and religion is subject to arrest by the authoritarian regime. We demand justice and an international investigation into these atrocities. Stand up for your rights and stand up for religious freedom. Please speak up. History will be judging. Be a voice for the voiceless victims. Thank you.